If you've ever completed a drafting existing or a site measure, you know that not one single wall is ever straight. Even this room right now that I'm in, it has 4 walls, and I guarantee you not one of them is dead level. Often we get old DWGs, old PDFs, or existing drawings. You import them in and it's just a mess. So if you're relying on your existing drawings, you're going to have a bad time because you're going to end up redesigning your work too late in the project. Today, I want to show you exactly how to take a real-world site measure into Rayon Design and take it into an accurate floor plan. We'll go through a few things like importing existing drawings, checking dimensions, rebuilding existing geometry, cleaning up the layout, and creating a reliable base to be able to design and document moving forward. Are you ready? Let's go. Usually when we take on a new project, there's something available, either existing drawings, a DWG, or maybe even a hand sketch. Today, we're going to start with a DWG. So up the top, we hit our 2 lines, import, and then straight to DWG. We'll find it in our downloads and open it up. Then we're going to see this window in front of us. Do we want to import the layers, the hidden layers, the empty layers, the blocks? And do we want to center it to our origin? Well, because I know this data is relatively basic and it doesn't have too many layers, I'm just going to import it as one and center it into my project. Rayon's going to do its own thing, convert the model while we wait. And then if we wanted to scale it, we could do 2 lines, click once, click the second time. Is that to scale 5.6194 meters in this instance? Yes, that's generally to scale. We can go ahead and click continue. Next, it'll ask us to pick an insertion point or just import. So I'll just pick an insertion point and plonk it in the middle of my scene. And there you go, we've got a starting base to work from. This is the overall floor plan that we're looking at today. It's very, very basic, but that's a good thing, because the more complicated it is, the more inaccuracies you're going to have. So with something like this, you could probably start sketching, but you'd always want to double check before you move too far into your project. Which takes us to the next step, comparing what we've got here in a DWG to what we've measured on site. Now for me personally, the easiest way I like to do this is just go ahead and run some dimensions on all the walls. So we're going to lock it in here. There's one, checking the thickness of our walls, and just repeating until we have dimensions all the way around. So we have our dimensions just drawn up in red for the basic floor plan. We get our internal dimensions, our external dimensions, like these 2 here. So we can go ahead and cross-check. We also have some openings that we can measure, like this one here. Drag that out so we can double check our openings. The goal here is to use this underlying DWG as an absolute base. Do not use it as gospel, use it as a guide. Then we're going to overlay our own walls to start building this out. So the next step comes rebuilding clean geometry, which we do by using our wall tool down the bottom and some blocks. So if we pick our wall tool and just start drawing over the top, let's just draw a couple walls. For instance, to finish off by clicking the escape key because we didn't make a full loop, and then we can adjust our thicknesses. So let's go 0.3 thickness. This is telling us it's 0.31, but on site we measured 0.3. And then we can adjust our hatching to whatever we like. In this instance, it could just be a nice light gray wall, for instance. As for doors and windows, then we go into our blocks. Come into our block, just type in door. Find the door that you need specifically for this project. Let's pick a random one as an example. Drag and drop it into our wall section where we'd like it to be. Then we can flip, mirror, move, adjust, do whatever we need with this door to make it exactly how it should be. By rebuilding the model in Rayon, you're getting very clean lines. You're getting accurate information from the get-go. And like I said, you're only using the underlying as a base. So if this is 5.7 on site and not 5.6, well, you just adjust it in your Rayon model. If we know this door is meant to be only half a meter away, we can click on the door, click on the dimension, 0.5, and it will automatically move the door. Now, this feature is awesome. It helps us move doors and windows, walls so much faster than you ever would in another project. If I was to then draw one more wall in, connect it to this wall, I'd get a new dimension. So again, if that was meant to be 5.7, we can push it out 5.7, automatically moves all of my walls. Now, that's a feature that some of our 3D CAD programs still don't have, and it's quite annoying. So to see this in Rayon is exceptional, especially given it's a free software for most users. Eventually, once we've cross-checked everything, we're going to get to a floor plan that looks a little something like this. So now we've imported sliding door blocks here and here, a window block at the bottom, our correct doors here and here, and a couple more window blocks up the top. We've changed our hatching just here, like we had originally, to indicate where our columns and our mass structural walls are. And then just introduced 2D lines for the walls to give us a rough indication of what's going on in here. This is where it's absolutely critical, and if we wanted to redo our dimension lines to double check, we could. So 5.6 now accurate rather than 5.62 we had over here. And we can triple check all of our offsets. 0.5 again, make sure that's absolutely accurate, so that when we start doing our construction drawings, our layouts, our cabinetry, it's all going to fit near perfectly. Of course, we're always a mil or two out, but a mil or two is better than a couple hundred mil for sure. And before we get to the end goal that looks a little something like this, with all sorts of furniture arrangements, electrical plans, construction plans, flooring materials, and even an FF&E sketch, we need to clean up our drawing, because once we get to this level, we don't want things to be on the wrong level, hiding behind different hatches and materials. So let's go back to our drawing board, and I'll talk you through my layer system here on the left. You can see it's relatively straightforward, and everything is done in a layered cake style system. Whatever you don't want to see, you put it at the bottom. Whatever you need to be at the top, you make sure it's a higher priority. So for example, if I turn my areas on, my areas for this project are my floor coverings, as well as my room names and my room sizes. Anything that I overlay from this point on is going to go above it. If I have furniture, for instance, it's going to sit on top of my floors, on top of my tiles. My toilets are going to sit on top of my tiles. My bed is going to sit on top of my floorboards. So that's why furniture here is always above areas. If I was to drag that below areas, you'd see it all drops below and disappears. So if you ever can't find something, it's just because it's on the wrong hierarchy of your layer system. The same principle applies as you start overlaying construction information. So for example, our annotations are always going to be on top of our furniture, on top of our people, on top of our floor hatching, because if they were down the bottom, once again as example, most of them disappear and you can't actually see what's going on. So to have them above, making sure they're at the very top of the hierarchy, is going to ensure that the dimensions are showing clean, the window and door tags are showing up, the section markers are showing up, and they're not hidden behind anything on our documentation. Shadows is one that's a bit of an opinionated one. You can put shadows on the very, very top, so it overlays over the top of everything. It is transparent, so even when it's covering our dimensions, it's not really too big of a problem. If me personally, I drop it to the back so that we can see our annotations as best as possible, yet it's still very, very visible in our overall floor plan. Now that we've got a good understanding of our overall floor plan and our overall layer system, we can actually start designing. So in Rayon, that mainly looks like using blocks to our advantage. If I turn on my furniture layer again, it goes bang, wow, everything done. But in reality, it's just a series of individual blocks. So for instance, this bathroom, which turn the furniture off, is relatively basic. Without any furniture, we don't know if this left-hand side is a shower or if it's a toilet. Whereas when we turn the furniture on, we know exactly it's a shower, the toilet in the middle, and a hand basin on the side. Each one is literally a block, so just come up to the top, search, type in toilet, for instance, and we have a series of different toilets, top, down, side, and front views. So no matter what you need, you can find it here on the right once you click into it. This is standard residential toilet, so just pick something that looks quite nice and neat. Same goes for shower. You just go ahead and type in the word shower, and you can find all sorts of different shower rows, shower floor bases, and accessories. So no matter what it is you need, just go ahead and search a block. Knowing that our walls and our dimensions are now pretty much bang on accurate to the site, we can comfortably and confidently start designing these layouts. Because for instance, if I just grab my dimension tool again, drag this across, we know that's 860 mil or 0.86 of a meter, depending on how you set up your dimensions. Any narrower than that, that shower becomes really, really impractical. In fact, I still would have loved another 40 mil just to allow for tolerances of tiles and everything in between. Similarly, we have almost 1.8 meters here and a really small hand basin. We always want to make sure we have about a meter, maybe 900 is even acceptable for the toilet. So we have 1.9 in this scenario. We know we're working with a decent space. That's why it's super critical that we check, double check, and only use this imported information as a guide. This base plan is always going to be wrong, which means if you don't cross-check your information on site, come in, do your dimensioning, import your DWGs, spend the time to make it accurate, you're going to be wasting your time and your resources. So that's why it is so critical, and I will repeat this time and time again, that you site measure every single thing. Anyway, that's all for me, team. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. And like always, I will see you next week.